What is the way forward in your view? What advice would you give a country like Australia where this is now plainly becoming a major problem? I've never known the country to be as divided. There is real anger bubbling away, but blind anger will only make the problem worse.
Yes.
And I'd be the first to say, I don't want to discriminate against people who have different beliefs to me, but by the same token, I believe as an Australian I have an absolute right to say, this is a wonderful country. I don't want the precepts and the institutions that are built on those precepts to be torn down. I don't actually believe that's in anyone's interests. What advice, you will have thought about this a great deal, would you give us?
I would say go back to first principles. So you go back to the foundational principles of Australia. That is the religious foundational principles, the secular, the constitution, the laws, the culture, the norms. Invite all Australians, regardless of their skin color, to abide by those. And those who will not, I think you have to gear up to remove them. That's my advice. And to remove all institutions that they use, the infrastructure that I spoke to you about, of mosques, Islamic schools, youth centers, etc., the identity-shaping, morality-shaping institutions that have now been outsourced to Islamists, you've got to close those down. You've got to stop them now. It sounds radical, but you have brought yourself to a radical place where you have to make these, you have these trade-offs. This is, again, to reference Thomas Sowell, where life is all about trade-offs, and you can't have it both ways. So sometimes you have to choose the lesser evil. And at this point, the lesser evil is a confrontation, an honest confrontation with Muslims in your country. And you say either you accept and embrace Australian law, Australian norms, Australian culture, or you peacefully remove yourself, or we will remove you. That's, I think, where your country is at. And it's not just your country, it's every Western country that has taken in larger numbers of Muslims. You don't have that problem with non-Muslim immigrants from elsewhere. You don't have it with the Vietnamese immigrants. Even with the Chinese immigrants, you don't have that problem with the Lebanese Christians. You don't have it with people from India and other parts of the world. Every country seems to have this problem only with the Muslim communities. And therefore, it is not racism. It's not prejudice. In my view, it's self-preservation to have an honest talk with the Muslim communities and their leaders and say, you can't have Sharia. You cannot have, we don't accept that way of life. And then gear up for that, because it's going to be a confrontation.